Hi, this is Sherry with the Formilae team. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up events calendars, which are used to allow your customers to book appointments with you. In this tutorial, we're going to be working with the Magic Touch demo website. So let's get started. So when you log in, you'll first get to your dashboard, and then you're going to navigate to Service Administration, Application Setup, Events Calendar Setup, and then Events Manager. So you need to add the events first. So for massage therapy, you're going to be adding the services that you offer that users can make bookings for. So now we're going to add an event. So we're going to add three different events for the Western massage because we're going to have different pricing for each one. And you'll understand later why we're setting up different events for the different pricing. Okay, so let's add the title, the event name, which is Western Massage, and then let's add our description. Our location is going to be at the Lakeland studio. Our location details, a little bit of details. This info will be included in the confirmation messages that are sent to the user. Okay, so yeah, this one is for the 60-minute version. Okay, so forwarding web address. So this would not apply for the demo that I'm setting up today, but I'll explain what it is. There's two ways for you to have your customers view your bookings that are available or your services that are available. You can send them to a website that we will supply the URL for, and it'll have the calendar so they can click on the date to book the event. Or you can embed your bookings into your website, and we'll demo that later, what that looks like. If you choose to use the external URL, where you'll send them to a page with the calendar, it'll be like a full page. And also, I'll show you what that looks like. I'll show you what both versions look like. So if you choose to use the external website for having your clients book their appointments, you're going, and after they finish the booking, you can forward them back to your website. So if you're going to be utilizing this, you'll put your website here. But for this demo, for this event, we're going to embed this into the website. So we're going to leave this blank. Okay, so for the confirmation message footer, this is what will show in the confirmation email sent to the user after they do the booking. And I have text already prepared for that. So you just anything that you want to say to your user after they book the event. So in this uh, example, we're saying we're delighted to have you. Your preferred date and time have been successfully reserved. On the day you can tell them things to do on the day of the appointment. You can include your intake form link. And if you're interested in setting up intake form through Formilae, we have another tutorial on how to do so. And once you create your intake form, you can include that URL to get there here. So those are a few examples of what can be added to your confirmation message footer. Cancellation message footer is another item that you can have at the bottom of the cancellation email. If the user decides to cancel the appointment, or you can also cancel the appointment. And I have text already prepared for there. So an example of that would be you would want to encourage them to reschedule. So in our example, to reschedule, visit our website to reschedule. Okay, so next is requires payment first. So if booking requires a payment first, the time will be reserved and cannot be double booked if the organizer doesn't confirm payment within a customizable time span. And when I say organizer, I mean you as the administrator. If you don't confirm that you've received their payment within a customizable time span, the slot will become available. So if you want to allow them 24 hours to make their payment, you can set that time in minutes. You can go to the customer settings page. Let's go there. Okay, so this setting is a shared setting, and I'll explain what that means. So in the case where in our demo where it requires a payment first, um, the payment is due 24 hours. This is the default, and you can change it. 24 hours before they will lose their spot, and they must make their payment before then, or the reservation will be automatically made available to anyone else who wants to book at that time. If the payment is successfully received, the organizer must confirm the booking after they have received payment, or the system will consider it unpaid and allow the booking time span to become available again. So I'm reading here. So, and you can contact us if you want to discuss options that are available to automate this. So, like if you use Stripe or Square or PayPal, there are ways to automate confirming the booking, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so well, let's continue reading this. If the attendee only needs to confirm the booking, and the attendee confirms via email or text, the pending status will be updated automatically, and the organizer does not have to do anything. So this is for if payment is not due. There you can set it up to where this is an example outside of massage therapy where this probably would not happen. We have a example use case for the Formilae website. We have a booking calendar, and when someone schedules a demo, they must confirm within this time span that they actually booked the demo, because we had cases where people were just booking demos and they didn't show up and they were probably just testing our system. I don't know, just researching. um, but we would have people reserve a spot and they don't show up. So it's sort of like a setting that you can turn on to where they must confirm that they're a real person within this time frame. So if you're for that situation, you would use this same setting. So that's why it's called a shared setting. Okay, but back to our scenario in this tutorial, we're using this setting to allow them 24 hours to make their payment. And then once they make their payment, you will need to manually confirm, and I'll show you where to do that a little bit later on, that they paid, and then that spot will be officially reserved for them. No one else can book their appointment. So again, if they don't confirm within this time frame, uh, you don't have to worry. The spot will automatically become available to anyone else who navigates to your calendar to book that time. And also, if you want to reduce this, you can. So you can reduce it to 4 hours, but you would have to translate that into minutes. So this is a minute interval. Okay, let's see what else. The value cannot be less than 60 minutes. If a value is entered less than 60, a default of 60 minutes will be used. The user is notified via email 90 minutes before cancellation, warning them that the booking will be canceled soon. So that's another feature that's built in. Your user will get a courtesy reminder via email that they'll lose their spot soon if they haven't paid yet. Now the user will be able to consent to receiving text notifications regarding their booking. And if you will be allowing this, you need to enable this setting. Booking calendar send, sorry, no, this one is for the user. Booking calendar send client text alert. So we'll take a look at this later. And then also booking calendar send organizer text alerts. What this means is when someone creates a booking, the organizer will receive a text, just so you know somebody booked a demo. And the phone number where they will receive the text is set up in the user's profile. So let's go there. User lead manager. So any person in the system that's an admin has the ability to be an event organizer, and in order to receive a text message, so say Anna Johnson is one of the massage therapists, in her profile she would have to set up her phone number, otherwise she won't receive the text. So let's put a phone number in there. Okay, and then save. And then also, while we're here, another thing is if you're going to be set up as one of the organizers, you need to have an organizer role. Okay. So this is another important thing that must be set up, and we'll get to that later once we finish setting up the events calendar, because we have to set up all of the people that are available to give a massage. So, but while we're here, I just wanted to mention that you won't be able to set up a person to receive bookings unless they are an event organizer. Okay, so let's go back to the settings manager, and I think that covers. While we're here, let's take a look at this: convert booking to lead. So if the user books an event through your booking calendar, you can turn on this setting to auto-convert the user into a lead. Doing so allows you to build a list of leads contacts for your business. Enable the send user text messages setting to send text message to your user leads from the calendar. That's just another note of different features. So once you enable this setting, it could be someone visiting your website that you don't know and you want to keep them as a lead. You want to keep them on your mailing list. So if you enable this setting, once they create that booking, the next time you log in, you will see that user in your lead manager. And there you can send them text messages. You can create mass emails. So and then you could tell them that you have some discounts or something like that, any type of newsletter that you want to email your leads. So there's another tutorial regarding leads, so take a look at that and everything that you can do with your leads. So and let me see if there's anything else I want to talk about before we go back to this setting. Would need to be enabled if you want to be able to embed your bookings list into your website, and we'll get to that later. So we've enabled it for here, and then let's go back here. Now let's finish setting up this first event. Okay, so I believe we left off with requires payment first, so we've covered that. Requires attendee confirmation first. So this is the one, it's like you can only have one or the other. So this one is if your event doesn't require a payment, and like I said before, an example use case is for the Formilae booking calendar, where we allow them to schedule demos of the software, and we just want them to confirm that they are a real person by clicking a link that we send. If you enable this, we will send them an email asking them to confirm that they booked the appointment, and if they don't confirm within the time span that where we saw in the settings manager, the event will automatically become available to someone else who might want that spot. But for this tutorial, that wouldn't be appropriate, and we're going to leave requires payment first checked. Payment URL. So you can supply them the URL to your Stripe or PayPal page where they can make their payment. And let's read this. If the event requires a payment before the booking can be confirmed, you can specify a custom external page for where the user can go to make their payment. There's a token available. The below optional token can be used in the payment link included in the booking confirmation alert sent to the attendee from our system. If payment is due, it will be appended to whatever payment link you provide as the query string value, which is Formilae booking ID. So this goes into the automatic payment confirmation page setting. Formilae doesn't have a payment system, so we'll rely on you to have your Stripe set up or your PayPal. And once they make their payment, you can have it set up to where they're forwarded to this reserved Formilae URL. And what this will do is automatically confirm the appointment for them. So that means if it's automatically confirmed, nobody else will be able to book that time that is requested by your visitor. This goes back into the where they have 24 hours to confirm, and there are different ways that you can auto confirm so that you won't have to manually do it. So if you don't want to utilize this feature, you can receive the payment and come in and manually confirm, and we'll show you how to do that later. You can manually confirm the appointment. But if you wish to utilize this one feature where it's auto confirmed, as long as you send them back to this URL with this token, and you can contact us if you need assistance getting this set up for your calendar. It will auto confirm that they made their payment. So I'll explain a little bit further. So in this scenario, you supply them payment link, they go to your Stripe page. There are ways to set up your Stripe page to forward them to a URL after they make their payment. So say they're on your Stripe page. In your Stripe administration dashboard, you would indicate this URL, and then they will be forwarded to this URL, and then as long as you pass this proper token, it will be auto confirmed, and then you don't have to worry about manually confirming. But if you don't mind manually confirming each appointment, you don't have to use this, but you'll probably have a desire for some kind of automation for it. And so we're here for you. If you need assistance with getting that set up, let us know. Okay, so if your event requires a payment, which for a massage therapy session, more than likely yes. So let's use the price for the 60 minutes that we're setting up, which is $90. And then we're going to make it active. If there's for any reason you want to make it inactive, if you have it embedded into your website, or if you're using our external URL, the event won't be available for booking. So there's different situations where you would want to make it inactive, maybe temporarily, or you want to discontinue certain things, but you're not ready to delete it just yet. And then hide and widget, we'll come back to this. And then there's block days forward. So you can control how far they can go ahead within your calendar. So if you don't want them to go more than 3 days forward for booking, you can set it to 3 days, and any day after 3 days from the current date, they won't be able to make the booking. By default, it's set up to 6 months. And so for this particular one, I'm happy with what we have, and I'm going to click save. All right, so I'm going to pause it and set up all of the other events, and I'll be back. Okay, so once they're set up, you need to add an organizer. Now, each event can have several organizers. So you could have 5 massage therapists on your team, and then you're going to want to add any of whoever's available for the 60-minute session, whoever's available for the 90-minute session. It could be different people for each one. So like I said before, in order to do that in your user lead manager for your admins, any of your admins who are massage therapists, they need to be set up as event organizers. Okay, so anybody who is an administrator is an automatic event organizer. So I just want to get like 3 of them. And then we look at this one. Okay, she's an administrator. All right, so we have 3 possible people that can be set up. And so let's go back and let's add an organizer. So we're going to add all 3. You can this is optional, and you can give them a title. The title will be displayed in the confirmation email. So you'll be meeting with Angel Fletcher, therapist. And then it's totally optional. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. So we're going to add Janice. All right, so now that your event organizers are set up, anyone who wants to book a massage, they will be able to choose which person they would like to set up the appointment with. So let's do it for here, and let's just like add a little variety. We'll say Janice is only available for this one. And then for this one, we'll say Angel Fletcher is available for this one. And we'll say Janice is available for this one as well. Once the events are set up, I'm going to show you how you can block times. So currently we're logged in as Janice Fletcher. if Angel wishes, she can log in and set up times that she's not available, like say she has vacation or she has an appointment and she needs to block a time that's generally available. Uh, so each user will, as an event organizer, will be able to have separate logins to the administration dashboard and log in, and they need to log in and set up the times that are available for these events. So once you're set up as an event organizer, you're not done. Each person can will need to log in and set up their times that they're available. So currently we're logged in as Janet Fletcher. So let's do so for Janice Fletcher. So we're going to go to event days and times. And so here is where Janice would set up the days and times that she's available. Okay, so time padding. You can add extra time and minutes to the end of the event so that a client or visitor can not book the time until after the time span needed. Example, if you add 30 minutes here, a client visitor cannot book a time until 30 minutes after your last appointment. So we're going to put 30-minute time span for that because Janice would like 30 minutes to prep for the next appointment. And then advance notice. The advance notice is the minimum amount of time in minutes that you would need in advance before booking for a time slot can occur. So we're going to put 60 here, and what that means is if they come to your calendar and it's not more than 60 minutes before the upcoming time, they cannot book that time. Okay, expiration date. This is optional. If you're adding an event, maybe having a special type of event, but it's only going to last for a couple of months, you can put the date that it will expire. But this is a massage session that's ongoing, so we won't be using that. Okay, so for location, the location may already be set on the event record, but if you wish to add custom text for your specific event, enter it here. Same for location details. Okay, so here is where we set up the available times for Janice. So if Janice is available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., those are the times that will be available for visitors to book with her. As long as they fall within these parameters, it has to be 60 minutes. It's going to all align up to where as bookings are made, it will check all of these settings and the bookings will fall in line for Janice. Okay, so we're going to set her up for Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, and I'll pause it and be right back. Okay, we're just about done here. I'm going to put 5 o'clock p.m. here. And so now Janice is set up for 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. We're going to click Save. And here is our record for the 60-minute Western massage session. And if she's available for any of the other sessions, then she would have to set up her dates and times for that session here for each one. And you only have to do it once. So now there may be special times where Janice goes on vacation, or she has an appointment that's come up. So what you can do is go to block times, and then if you're set up on multiple events, this will block that time on every event that you're set up for. So we're going to set up a block time for the 24th from, I'll be on vacation from 8 o'clock a.m. to, it doesn't matter what time, just as long as the times overlap with your regular hours, they will not be available. So if you want to block the whole day, it doesn't matter what time, just as long as it starts before your regular hours. Oh, we got to pick the date. So this is one vacation day for the full day, and we're going to click Save. And then you can delete it if you'd like. So this is how you set up block times. And the calendar, let's go to the calendar. So we're going to leave this open, and we're going to open up the calendar. And you navigate to your specific calendar by clicking this calendar button. And then you will see your block time in your calendar. Now, in your calendar, you can book events for clients. Um, the system will be available on your website once you get that set up, but just wanted to inform you that you can click on a date and set up an event for, if you're an administrator, you can do it for any of your users. If someone, like if say Angel is a massage therapist and she doesn't have admin access to do all this, her role would just be event organizer. So this person, Anna Johnson, cannot log in and manage events. She can only manage her own events. So when she's in the calendar, she would only see her name. She wouldn't see these. But Janice Fletcher happens to be admin. We'll call Janice the owner of the massage studio, and she has the permissions to do these things. But like I said before, if you have, like, there may be a situation where you're rebooking for a client. Maybe they cancel and you're just gonna go ahead and rebook for them. So you talked with them over the phone or texted them and and they told you, oh, I'm available at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and then you can go and set that up for your users. Now we have a Now let's take a look at this. Since the event requires payment, the attendant will be notified that payment is due within 24 hours. Please ensure that the payment link is set up in the event manager, as the email will contain the link to make their payment. Okay, and so you would just manually enter the details for your user if that's the case. But there will be the normal way for your users to book the event outside of this administration within your web page, once you get that set up. So we've covered block times, and we've covered setting up your event days and times, and we've covered setting up your calendars and the different sessions. So let's look at the public URL. So before, I had mentioned there's two ways to have your users navigate to your calendar. So you can get the public URL. If your list of events will not be embedded into your website, you can place a link in your website to this Formilae supplied URL. So let's go there. So your calendar is now live now that it has been set up. So if you have your logo set up in the account manager, which is, you would navigate there by clicking here and going to account, and you can upload your logo there. If you have one, it will appear at the top of your calendar. This is the public calendar that your users see. Your users, here's the location that you set up, the time span that you set up, and the description that was set up in the events manager. And then your user will be able to select their time zone, and by default it'll be set to your time zone. Your time zone is set up by us. When you sign up for an account, we reach out to you to ask you what's your time zone, or we pretty much figure it out. Eventually you'll be able to set your time zone yourself. So when they click on August 23rd, all of the available times and available massage therapists will be shown, and they will be able to choose the time of their choosing. And then if they select a time, they'll need to enter their name and last name, email, and then their phone number. And currently we don't have text message setting on. If the text message setting is turned on, which is found here, you are free to turn that on. If that setting is on, there will be a confirmation, or sort of like a checkbox, to where they please confirm that you would like to receive a text reminder 1 hour before the event. So, but right now that setting is not turned on, and they only see this message. This event requires a payment in order for the booking to be confirmed. The date time will be reserved for 24 hours until payment is made. The payment link will be sent to the email address provided above. If you don't require a payment, if you turn that setting off, this will not be here. There's the other setting that I mentioned before. If this event requires a confirmation from you, you'll see that message instead. Okay, so let's Let's make a booking. And I'm going to click save. Okay, so this is what the users see if the booking was successful. They should receive a confirmation email, and we'll see a demo of that. But also it says you will receive a confirmation via email to reschedule or cancel. Click here. So if they change their mind, they will be able to uh, reschedule or cancel here. They must enter the email that they use to reschedule, and this reschedule or cancel link will appear in the email since we have that set up. And then they can close it out, and then once they close it, they will be sent back to this screen. Now, if in the event manager, if we have a forwarding address here, after they're done, they will be forwarded back to your website. But we didn't put an address there, so they will stay in the calendar. Okay, so let's check out the email confirmation that is sent. I'm going to pause it and bring that up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we've received the email confirmation that the user will get once they are done booking. So we have a tutorial on how to set up your banner in this confirmation email. Every Formilae user gets a free banner, so reach out to us if you would like us to design one for you. Otherwise, you'll just see the confirmation message here. So some of this text is automated by Formilae, but if you have your confirmation message set up, you will see that here. So it says, Dear Sherry, thank you for booking a 60-minute Western massage. We hope you are looking forward to the event. The details on the booking are below. Please note that your booking is currently pending until payment is received. To secure your spot, we kindly request that you complete the payment within the next 24 hours. So all of this is automated according to your settings. If payment is not received within this time frame, your booking will be canceled. To complete the payment, please follow the link below and enter the required information. Now, we didn't supply a link here, so in administration, this is where you would set up your payment link. So if it's not supplied and you did select requires payment first, don't forget to have this set up. So for the sake of the demo, we'll leave it empty. Just know that if you don't have it set up properly, it will not be displayed properly for your user. So you want to supply a link to your Stripe, your PayPal, and then it continues. If you have already completed the payment, please disregard this message. Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. We look forward to having you join us. Best regards, the Magic Touch team. And then this is automated. We include the booking details. So we include the organizer, their name, and here's where we included the organizer title. And if you leave the organizer title blank, where you set up your organizers, this part won't be here. So just have their name. Okay, then it has location and then location details that we set up in administration for the event. And then you have your footer here. This is the footer that we set up in the event details. And then we have the confirmation that was set up in the event manager. Okay, and then built-in footer, it says it's a notification only email that they can't reply. It will be coming from no reply at formilae.com. All right, so this is a preview of what that email will look like. So let's take a look at what it looks like when we want to reschedule. So let's click here, and they were automatically taken to the calendar, and they'll see their name, the organizer name, the date, and they'll need to enter the email to confirm that they want to cancel, and then they'll click the cancel event button, and they will be able to reschedule if that's maybe that's the reason they just want to pick another date or time. Okay, so this is the end-to-end experience for the user if you forward them to the Formilae supplied URL. Now, if you want to embed the calendar into your website, let's show you how to do that. Here's a preview of what it'll look like if you want to embed it into your website. And it is responsive, so let's shrink this down so that you can see how it piles on top of each other. So it'll do just that on your screen or when they're on their mobile phones on your website. So if you decide to go that route, you're going to click Get Code, and then click the copy HTML to clipboard, and then you can navigate to your website. So let's go there. And wherever you want this to appear, you're going to copy that code into the website. So let's decide what section. I think we have an appointment section. Let's go to the Book Now page. And currently we have this pre-built form here. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove this code, and we're going to embed that code in this section instead of this pre-built form. So we'll be right back. And if you're not familiar with HTML and you have a web developer that does it, that's fine. This is just, we're going to take you through what needs to happen. And if your developer is a developer, they'll know exactly what to do once you supply the code for them. You can even create logins for your developer to log in and get the code and place that code within your website, or you can have Formilae do it for you. Contact us if you need assistance with that. So here is the code to where the current form is that we're going to replace that. And I'm going to embed the code in its place. So your code from Formilae is going to look just like this. Okay, and here we can see that all of the events are set up in the page. They're embedded in the page, and it merges well with your surrounding text that's already there. And then you can see in the list of events, when the user clicks schedule appointment, it'll open up the calendar just like we saw it before. Okay, and now I'm going to take you back to the event manager and show you the other method of supplying the list of events for your users. Just another way of another option for you. It all depends on your situation. Sometimes your website may not allow embedding into the page. You can of course add a hyperlink. So for example, when you navigate to the home page, when you click the Book Now button, you can send your users to the external URL that is supplied in your admin dashboard. So let's go there. So this section we skipped over. You can retrieve the URL, the official URL for your calendar, and then you can wire that up to your Book Now button. So when you go to that URL, they will be taken to your official screen. Your logo will be up at the top if you have one set up, and then the name of your business, and then all of your events will be here. And then when they click on the button, you get a nice little pop-up with a mini version of your calendar, same instructions, and same directions for booking an appointment. Okay, so I believe I've covered everything, and that will end this tutorial. If you need help with setup, let us know. And if you're interested in getting a booking calendar for your website, visit Formilae.com.